All righty. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here to our regular county council meeting. I'd like to call our meeting to order at 9:30. Councillor Chamzik sends her regrets. She cannot be here at this time, but hopes to join us later today. I'd like to start with our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge Athabasca County is located on First Nations Treaty 6 and Treaty 8 traditional territory. We respect and honor all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples' connection to these lands, their history, language, and culture. So if we can begin with the approval of the agenda, are there any additions or deletions? Seeing none, if we can move to the consent agenda, the items that must be selected are 2.1, 5.1, 5.2, and 9.1. Are there any other? Councillor Cromwell?
8.5, please.
8.5. Anyone else? Councillor? 7.1, thank you. That was missing. Thank you very much for pointing that out. 7.1. Go ahead.
8.2.
8.2. I would also like to add 4.1 and 4.2.
Sorry, where is 4.2?
I'm sorry?
I don't have 4.2 on the agenda that was circulated.
Right. The one, it's on the consent agenda, yes. Just wanted to mention it is online, and a copy will be forwarded to you. Councillor Anderson?
The updated copy wasn't printed for our mailboxes either, so I'll require a printed copy.
All right, maybe if we can take a recess, please, at this time until everyone has a copy of the agenda, please.
Counselor Hall, did you receive either of those emails containing the agenda?
I did go online and get it already.
So, okay, so you've got the
I,
latest,
like, I've just gone and got the updated copy, but I think it's, yeah, these are items that should be added to the agenda. They shouldn't just show up on an agenda that we don't all get circulated. In my view. But I do have a copy now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're back from recess and apologize for the technical difficulties and not everyone receiving a copy of the agenda. So we will begin again with go through the consent agenda. The items that must be discussed are 2.1, 5.1, 5.2, 7.1, and 9.1. Those items that I know of that have been added so far are 4.1, 4.2, 8.2, 8.3, 8.5. And if I understand correctly from reports, 11.1D as in dog, 11.1K, 11.1Q, and 11.1V as in Victor. Is there any further additions for the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, I didn't hear 7.1.
Yeah, 7.1 is,
It was, okay.
thank you. Yep. Anybody else? Pardon me? The 11s were 11.1D, 11.1K, 11.1Q, and 11.1V. And Councillor Cromwell?
I think Councillor Hall had his hand up. I was just going to make the motion to approve it.
Okay.
Adopt.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Hall?
I think I heard you say 2.1, which again, we still don't have. I think 3.1 needs to be on the agenda. And regarding items 4.2, 9.1, 9.2, and 11.1S, these items haven't met the circulation criteria under the bylaw, and I think at the very least, they need to be additions to the agenda. They're not urgent, they're not emergent, and we can't get into a situation where we circulate one agenda and then slip in a new version less than 24 hours before the meeting. It's a bad pattern. So I think those have to be considered additions.
Can we just hold on a moment? Councillor Hall, I believe the corrected or the amended agenda that came out was online prior to 24 hours, if I'm not mistaken. I could be corrected for that, but I know I'd been working on it for a couple of days for just what was on.
Timeline is 72.
I'm sorry?
The timeline is 72 hours. It doesn't give everybody a chance to look at the agenda when things pop out less than a day before the meeting, and it was less than 24 hours as well if you're looking at the clock.
All right, so would you like to make a motion then for additions to the agenda?
No, I don't think they should be on there. They're not urgent. They could wait for the next meeting.
So which items would you like deleted?
Well, 4.2, 9.1, and 9.2 and 11.1S don't meet the criteria to be on the agenda. So they can be deleted from the amended agenda or just not on the agenda that was circulated.
Would you like to make a motion to delete 4.2? And I'm sorry, repeat.
No, it's not a positive motion, Chair. It's these items should be additions. So I would make a motion to add 4.2, 9.1, and 9.2 and 11.1S.
All right, is there any objection to that motion to
And I
add?
would like to split the question on that motion.
All right. How would you like to split the question, Councillor Hall? And if you could please be very specific so that it is recorded.
I think we need to vote separately on the addition of 4.2, 9.1, 9.2, and 11.1S.
Okay. So if we can begin with the additions of 4.2, 9.1, 9.2, and 11.1S. All those in favor?
Madam Chair, who made that motion?
That would be Councillor Hall or Councillor Hall for that addition. All those in favor? We have 3. Therefore, I would think that would be 5 are opposed. So 4.2, 9.1, 9.2, and 11.1S will not be considered on today's agenda. May I have a motion for that amended agenda? Councillor Cromwell?
No.
Okay. Councillor Gerlach? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? 7 and 1. Thank you. As we're going to move into the public hearing, I'd like to move to recess the council meeting and proceed with the public hearing. Is there a motion to recess the council meeting? Councillor Mins has made a motion to recess the council meeting and proceed with the public hearing under 3.1. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, Miss Councillor Gerlach? Yeah. All any opposed? 8-0. Thank you. I declare the public hearing open. I'm Tracy Holland, the Reeve for Athabasca County, and I will be the chair of the hearing. On behalf of council, I would like to welcome you here today. Council is present, and I would like to take a moment for introductions. Beginning on my right is Councillor Mins, Councillor Kapitanic, Councillor Gerlach, Councillor Cromwell. On my left, we have Councillor Wallach, Councillor Anderson. Councillor Hall is on Zoom. From administration, we have Director Wilkinson. We have our research and grant writer, Angela Karsmarschak, our Director of Corporate Services, Shadia Ambli, and our recording secretary, Tammy Plourde. The secretary of our public hearing is Bob Beck, who is the CAO for Athabasca County. Any persons who have joined the meeting in person or via Zoom and are wishing to be heard should please give your full name now. I'm sorry. Can you speak a little louder? Thank you. The public hearing for bylaw 022-2024 is now open.
The purpose of this public hearing is for Athabasca Council of the county to hear testimony from interested parties. It is not meant to be a debate between presenters, and all comments must be directed to council through the chairperson. Only one person may speak at a time, and each person wishing to provide input to council will have the opportunity to do so. The ground rules of the hearing and the order of speaking will be Director of Community Protective Services, Krista Wilkinson, will speak first to outline the background and provide an explanation of the bylaw. Members of the public who are wishing to be heard will be given the opportunity to speak. Director Wilkinson will be given the opportunity to present closing remarks or address any of the issues presented. Councillors will be given the opportunity to ask questions. Council will then end the public hearing and will later consider the information received at the public hearing. Council will only consider matters raised at the hearing. Only councillors may ask questions of speakers during the hearing. If any persons want to ask questions of a speaker, they must ask the chair to ask the question on their behalf during their presentation, and the chair will only ask the question if the chair wishes to have an answer in order to undertake its consideration.
Thank you. Before hearing from the public, I would ask Director Wilkinson to provide background and explanation of the proposed bylaw.
Good morning. This application to amend the land use bylaw was received proposing a zoning change from urban reserve to country residential for lot 1, block 1, plan 1221962. The applicants are looking to develop this residential parcel. This parcel was previously developed with a mobile home servicing and a concrete pad remain on site. The mobile was moved off in April of 2015. This property is 1.24 acres in size, approximately 0.9 kilometers west of the hamlet of Collington, and is accessed off of Township Road 652. First reading of this bylaw was approved on October 31st. This property is currently in the urban reserve, which does not allow for new development of a residence. The adjacent landowners and agencies, title interest holders were notified, and the public hearing notification was also posted on the county website and in the local paper. Thank you.
Pardon me, I was not on mic.
Just wondering the access to this lot one, is it a dual access onto the property, or is there going to be another access built?
At the time of subdivision in 2012, it was identified as a shared access.
Okay, and we'll just keep it that way as a shared access?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Counselor,
Just maintenance, assuming there's no written concerns from the neighbors at all?
The chair will be asking for
Okay.
that.
Sorry.
no worries. If there are any other questions for the points of clarification, they would just wish to ask the director. All right. Thank you, Director. Director Wilkinson, are there any written materials that have been submitted?
Yes, so we got some responses from the referrals that we sent out. The first one is from Transportation and Economic Corridors. Transportation and Economic Corridors' primary concern is protecting the safe and effective operation of provincial highway infrastructure and planning for future needs of the highway network in proximity to the proposed land use amendment. Given the information provided to date, and as this juncture, this is merely a change in land use designation. Strictly from Transportation and Economic Corridors point of view, we do not anticipate that the redesignation as proposed would have any appreciable impact on the highway. Therefore, we do not have any objections to the proposed land use redesignation and or favorable consideration by the Athabasca County Land Use Authority. The next one is from Fortis. Fortis, Alberta has no concerns regarding this land use bylaw amendment application. Oops. The next one, TELUS has no concerns with the proposed activities. Alberta Forestry and Parks Land Delivery has no objection to the proposed rezoning application attached. And the last one is Apex has no objection to the proposed land use bylaw amendment described in the file mentioned. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. I now call upon the persons wishing to speak. Please state your name for the record before you begin. Do you wish to speak?
I'm
Just listening. Okay, no, I appreciate that. Understood. Thank you very much. Because we have no other persons to speak, does council have any questions or points of clarification? None? Is there anyone else who has not spoken and wishes to speak? Thank you. Does council have any questions or other points of clarification? Of this? No? If no, well, then there being no further testimony, I will close the public hearing. I further advise council cannot receive any further information on this matter. Thank you for attending the public hearing. I declare the public hearing closed at 9:58. Thank you for taking the time to join us this morning. We will now resume our regular county council meeting. Being that we are close to 10, we will recess the county council meeting and enter the MPC meeting.